Don't tell me what to fucking do, Chewy.
And then I told them. I forgot.
That was so horrible. Let's just get to it then. Welcome to News Across the Galaxy. We talk all things LA Galaxy. My name is Eddie, and as always, I got Brian right here to my right.
Shit.
Yes. We got Cosmo back here.
Shit.
We got let's see, who should I go next? Spencer. Fuck it. Spencer somewhere up in here.
Spencer Bayless.
Hello.
We got Edgar. Uh-oh, he's muted. Quiet. Quiet, Edgar. Quiet, coyote.
Coyotito calladito.
We got Tony up in here.
Baby.
Right here.
Let that hate run wild, baby.
Oh, wait, I forgot to boo Spenny. Spenny, boo.
Boo!
Spencer, to you, sir.
The new Spencer Bayless.
And then
New Spencer.
And then we got Kirkland Bryant, aka Willis.
A.K.A. the best center back
Cheers.
in Liga G, 96. Yeah. Can we get
He's
that
at
clap
least
one?
Walmart, man. Come on.
Cheers.
The best defender on your team.
No, in the league.
In the league, yeah.
On all teams, baby.
Definitely not a right back anywhere else. But so Saturday, huh?
It is Saturday.
It's gonna be a little weird to get used to. We're cutting our time, our late time, little by little. 30 minutes this
We're
week.
getting there. We're getting there.
We're getting there. Yeah. But
It seems like it's...
I guess since it was a new day, we get a fresh start. So we'll let this one slide. The 30 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
¿Qué dice el público?
¿Qué dice?
But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us here in the live chat. I know there's some events going on tonight, whether you're a fan or not. Thanks for being here. So not much going on in the Galaxy world this week. At least not much to get excited about, in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but
More to get doubtful about, like more to worry about. This week.
Spoiler alert: somebody's not happy. Wait
What?
till
Who?
6 of us. So yeah, so the Galaxy made some signings this week. So I'm gonna start with the Super Draft. The Galaxy with the 16th pick
Super.
took Josh Drack. Josh Drack, defender, 5'7", 150 pounds, 21 years old, from Chandler, Arizona, out of the University of Denver. Is this the guy that was like listed as a forward and apparently he's a defender? That is that guy, right?
Well, from
Yeah.
what I took
Multiple,
from the draft.
multiple positions.
Sounds just
Yeah.
like Omar.
That sounds all right.
Dude, I thought...
What Omar?
So you saying he's our
Gonzalez.
future DP defender?
There you go.
He's our future
Nice.
Sardis. Greatest
I like it.
defender forward of all time.
Well, I think
Jesse Sardis.
Well, the Pew was a forward before.
Oh, yeah,
as well.
he was.
But I mean, a lot of players have made the transition. But it's funny that in the draft he was listed as a forward. And then shout out to Corner of the Galaxy who tweeted later, which was I think the funniest tweet. Although it was informative, he's like, Greg Vanney just said that Drac will play defense. Like, okay, cool.
So letting you guys know.
Just letting you know. He's a defender. All right, way to drop that one, MLS. And then with the 35th pick. Wait, was it 35th?
35th?
Oh, yeah, there's talent all the way down at 35th. In the Super Draft, the Galaxy chose Preston Judd. He is also from the University of Denver, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know why they don't have a little stat on him. I don't even know how old he is.
Hey, don't sleep on the guy. Josie Altidore went in the second round.
Hey,
Is it heard a rumor that those guys were roommates?
They were?
Nah, I'm just messing. I'm just messing.
It wouldn't be out of the norm. AJ De La Garza and Omar Gonzalez were not only roommates but won championships together at Meriden, drafted together too.
And in the Galaxy, so bam.
Well, here's here's something to make you guys a little more optimistic about this pick. Logan Jones would like to point out that Wondolowski was a 4th round pick.
Damn.
The almighty mighty Wando.
Chicho Walski.
The mighty Wando.
I said that every time I hear his name, I shake my head.
Oh,
Yo, I did it unconsciously too. I didn't even know,
Yeah.
like, shaking my head.
And it's one of those, like, hearing his name is like,
Yeah. Even in San
The
Jose
side
fans-
note, I actually saw a Smurf today, so
ooh, you should have told him, fuck Wando.
I actually did, but in my mind because I was working.
Is
so
it
I
like a
couldn't say it out
happy
loud.
flip off? Like you're waving at him, but you're flipping them off like Mr. Bean?
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those.
Stupid asses. Oh my god, fucking
Gracias.
Wando. Every time you say Wando's name, the U.S. men's national team loses a follower. You know that? Rumor has it. All right, so that's it for the Super Draft. The Galaxy made a couple more signings from the academy, and I believe they're G2 players as well. Well, they are G2 players, I should say, actually. Midfielder Adam Saldana.
Saldana.
Thank you, Brian. You fucking do it if you want.
Saldana.
Saldana.
There you go. 18-year-old academy product. He played for the Galaxy 2 last year. Honestly, I'm not going to lie and sit here that I've watched G2 a lot, so I don't know much about these players. But let me finish it before I actually
Tuck shit.
touch. Yeah.
for
They
it.
also signed defender Jalen Neal from Academy / Galaxy 2 and Marcus Furcranis. Defender Marcus Furcranis.
So you could say that name, but you can't say Saldana.
For real?
Yeah.
He's American, damn it.
Yeah.
No, he's English.
Yeah.
Did you guys forget the episode?
Saldana.
I'm fucking
Little took out the S right now and pronounced it Alanya.
I'm fucking British.
Aldanas?
I'm fucking British, mate. You know, I went to the same school as Tom Holland to work on my fucking accent.
This
you know?
one eats crumpets, bro.
Yeah, crumpets. Whatever. those-
Cornish pasties for lunch.
Yeah, exactly. You ever seen the Great British Cook-Off? Fuck, dude.
All that gruel.
What a show.
Every morning
Biscuits or
he has a
scones?
full English.
Biscuits or scones?
So that does it for all the signings.
Where's the Leo Messi signing?
Not yet, man. We're still waiting on that one. From what I heard from other podcasts and stuff, I've heard a lot of excitement around Jalen Neal and Furcranis. I haven't really heard much about. I don't even want to say his last name because you guys just talk shit.
Saldana.
Thank you, Brian. But
Salamander.
I sound like the Geico Gecko there.
But not exactly the signings that we were hoping that we'd have by now. As of right now, we have 23 out of 30 roster spots filled. That includes the draft picks and 4 out of 8 international slots gone. I'm gonna go ahead and read off the roster. Big shout out to Corner of the Galaxy who put this out for everybody, and
Cheat.
then we'll go from there. We have on our roster we have Jonathan Dos Santos designated. That takes a designated player spot.
Clapper.
We got Javier Chicharito Hernandez, another designated player slot.
Future clapper.
Willis, cover your ears. Giancarlo Pipo Gonzalez, defender. Another TAM player, sorry. And those 3 first players take up international slot. We got Sebastian Leggett, TAM player. Daniel Steris, Danilo Acosta, Junior Araujo. And then we have Efrain Alvarez and Eric Lopez, who are homegrown players. Eric Lopez is a keeper, by the way. Nick Dupuy, the defender. Cameron Dunbar, homegrown player. Jonathan Perez, midfielder, homegrown player. Ethan Zubak, forward, homegrown player. Justin Von Steeg, goalkeeper. Didi Traore, defender, international slot. Koreniak, midfielder. Sasha Kleshkin, midfielder. Villafania, defender.
There you go. You got it.
Got it.
Good job.
I practiced it all week, bro. Jonathan Bond, just don't have me say it again. Jonathan Bond, goalkeeper. Apparently not a international slot, so I guess
Passport, baby. I told you.
I guess Josh Gaspin is confirming he does have a passport. Jonathan Klisman, goalkeeper. Saldana, midfielder,
2 for
homegrown.
2.
Wait, yeah, homegrown. Yeah, of course. Jordan Neal, defender, homegrown, and for Kranis, defender, homegrown. So I was lying actually that the draft picks aren't there, but if we do add the other draft picks, that's 25 players on our roster. So what we're gonna talk about a little bit today is the level of concern some of us and other galaxies may have, and I know
Other galaxies?
I know Spenny. I'm gonna hand it off to Spenny right now because I know Spenny.
He itching.
Had a lot. Yeah, he's itching. He has a lot to say. It has that 2017 vibe
Solid fourth round U.S. Open Cup right there. Solid.
There you go. Spenny, what do you think? 2017-ish?
Take it away.
I am. I'm a little taken back with the amount of roster space that they're using for the youngsters, but I'm more concerned about the next topic and how it affects the roster. But as of right now, I'm not too concerned about the Galaxy signing so many youngsters because, like you stated, they're homegrown contracts. And for our viewers that don't know, homegrown contracts don't actually hit our cap. So we might have 5 roster spots available, but you could always move these contracts down to G2. It's not guaranteed that you have to actually put a contract on the draft picks that you got. My issue is just that it's kind of like a roster complacency thing right now, where you're getting closer to the season with what's going on with the MLS, PA or the Players Association thing. So you need to kind of fill out this roster as soon as possible, and that's what they're doing. There's no rumors, which is what I'm more worried about. I'm not so worried about the youngsters. You hear a few things about the youngsters, like Neil. I personally haven't seen him play. I don't know if his frame lends itself to the league right now for being that young. But it's not that I'm not worried about it. It's just I feel like this is just a complacency thing, which is not what we need overall. We don't need to be complacent about the roster that we're building.
Edgar, anything to add to that? Comments, concerns, questions? I just brought everybody's mood down right away, huh?
Yeah, you did.
Here's the thing. All right, so I'll just ruffle some feathers real quick. So I see a lot of cover up here. I've said it since last year. It feels like they're doing the whole NoFo thing again, right? I think they're giving the fans a lot what they want, or they're just trying to shut us up, with the way Rob Stone shut me up with the beer once. Here you go, shut up, enjoy this. They give us Greg Vanney, which is not a
cheers,
which is not a bad choice. I'll go as far as saying the 5 stars when they gave it back to the jerseys, and now the color, the original colors coming back. I think a lot of those things are like just to keep the fans happy. They're obviously not stupid. I think those are just things to keep us quiet for now. And I'm totally in the whole. This is the NoFo years again, and maybe that's one of the reasons why DTK doesn't get anybody over the line. Maybe he's not allowed to get anybody over the line. He had to give Zlatan a shot, and that's why they got all those players that 1 year. I don't think if it wasn't for Zlatan, I don't think we ever would have saw Fabio or a Polenta or anybody like that. So yeah, I think we're just headed down that path, and right now they expect Vanney to make it work. As of right now, fans are happy, but I think once we get around mid-season, a lot of fans won't be happy.
You know what, dude? I honestly think that we're not gonna get any big signings until maybe the summer, dude. Somewhere in between when we're already playing, that's when we're gonna get the big name, whatever we want, But for now, yeah, they're trying to fill the slots, like Spenny was saying. They're just trying to cover their asses as soon as possible, and they're bringing up a bunch of youngsters, which is not a bad thing if you really think about it, because for a fact these guys are going to run their ass off. They're going to be going up and down 24/7 or for how long you have them. I mean, I don't see why you can't put these three players, put them in the last 15 minutes and have them run the defense. You know what I mean? They can have some sort of impact in the league, but that's not our pretty much our future, dude. Right now, I think we just have them just to cover our bases.
Ooh, I don't know.
I don't know about that one. I think it's more. Vanney has a plan, right? He has a plan, and this is not a 1 year plan. It's probably not even a 2 year plan. It's probably more of a 3 to 4 to 5 year plan.
I heard this one before.
Okay, you've heard this before, but we've seen it work we've seen this work from Vanney before, and we've seen it work in 2 to 3 years, minimum. And so what I feel like he's doing right now is trying to bring in this young talent and see what they got, and see which players he can pick and choose to bring up to the roster, to the first team roster. And as far as complacency goes, yeah, they're also doing that. They're trying to be roster complacent right now because they need the players, and we don't even know if the season's gonna start anyways on time. So basically, he's filling out the roster. We still have what 4 international spots left, 5 roster spots left, and you said homegrown players don't count towards the cap, so the cap is still wide open.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm looking at it, is like he has 5 players. He has half a starting lineup still to sign with basically a full cap left.
Correct.
So tell me what exactly he's doing wrong as far as budget wise and what the front office wants.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe not what the fans want, but what the front office wants. He's probably doing what the best he can right now.
Yeah, and to add on to that, Vanney himself has talked about having his involvement in with the youth. This could be a step into that. Another thing could be there's a reserve league going on, which the Galaxy is going to be involved.
Mm-hmm,
maybe you could use those players to send into that. Another thing could be these guys aren't going to start. It wasn't like 2017 where those youngsters had to start because we didn't have anything else. And shout out to Chris Tucker, who we had the conversation on Twitter. Another thing, and this is probably my biggest takeaway from everything that's been going down thus far. Vanney himself on Extra Time has said, I'm not going to have anybody on this roster that I don't approve of, basically. So these are players that he's already seen and maybe has had some scouting in them and is bringing them in to, like Willa said, build what they're trying to do already. I'm not sure if I like these moves, but it's not like I dislike them. I'm still very cautious about it. I don't see the end game yet, right? So that's where I'm at. Neither here or there, but I don't see that. Yeah,
the process, guys.
And we've been through these talks about having a process already, and it hasn't worked for the past how many seasons? We're for the most part, I feel us fans are tired of just hearing, "Oh, let's trust the process," but fucking show us. Maybe this is a step to it.
It took Philly 10 years, bro. It took Philly 10 years. So.
We don't got 10 years.
No disrespect to the youngsters, but I don't think these are that serious of signing. Like I said, I think they're about complacency. For Vanney, this is just a way of, bridging the gap, like you said you would, kind of keeping your word for what you said you wanted to build here, and also developing a culture. If you have a set of group that follows the coach, that kind of becomes contagious too. Even if they're youngsters and they come out and they do their job the way Vanney was saying, that we need players that are going to adapt to us, not necessarily be, individuals and try to have the team adapt to them. This can help him with the locker room as well. You're giving youngsters a chance that are going to come in and just run at you on practice, and try to get this 1 or 2 reserve spot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see all 5 of these pickups, being on the 30-man roster by the time, the summer rolls around. But it's more positive for the Galaxy and the coach than anything, because it checks off a lot of boxes. You're filling out your roster. You're not hitting your cap. You're giving your coach a team to build a culture with, which is the one thing that we lack, even with GBS. There was no intensity really from the coach, and you kind of need that sometimes.
Yeah.
Either you're a super craftsman with your coaching, or you're a hard ass that leads by example. And I believe that because our most successful coach, at least that I got to see in person during practice and during games, with Bruce Arena. And as much as his demeanor might seem calm, I've heard him cuss out, some of his top stars for not doing their job on the field and in practice.
That's that shit I do.
Something that I can't say the same of GBS.
Yeah. Can't believe you said that Bruce Arena was calm.
That's why.
Well, also, he has a calm. Like if you look at him, most people might see him as calm. He's easy spoken with the interviews, but if you see him during practice, if you see him on that sideline and you're really listening to what he's saying, he ain't being very nice to his players. He's demanding the utmost.
Silent.
And that's part of the culture that you develop in the locker room too.
Silent killer. And also, Vanney is building from the back with these signings. Something that it seems logical. You build your team from the way back. He started with the goalie. Now he's bringing up these youngsters. On top of that, these youngsters are blue, white, and gold as fuck. These kids taking pictures as little kids with who are their teammates now. And if you bring that culture, I mean, it seems like a win, right?
it may not have worked for us in 2017, but since then, there's other teams that have taken the same chance, the same plunge at investing in their youth, and it's worked out across the league, especially for teams like RSL and FC Dallas and Philly as of recent too. So, hopefully this time around it works for us. I think Chris Klein was a little bit ahead of the time in 2017 with going full all in with the academy coach and the academy players, but easing them in with an experienced coach from the league itself that's been in 3 championship games. Has won in treble. That might be a better combination than bringing them up with their academy coach.
Yeah, it seems like a whole different thing. So yeah, I agree with you on that.
And I interject a little. The one thing that's been running on my mind is, at what point do people start to feel a sense of anxiety? Because we, I mean, Greg Vanney is, he's a wonderful guy. He has history with the team, and he has a history in MLS with TFC. But the one thing I think I mentioned last week was that it seems like his situation is getting more difficult and difficult of every passing week, even with the picks and the signings. At some point, it's going to become like a huge hill to climb, and you're wondering if they have like an ace up their sleeve or what it is. But I thought the whole idea was that there's got to be a sense of transparency, and at this point, if this is what they're doing, I mean, it seems kind of dire. But he just got in there, so I guess we have to just wait and see. I'm holding off on some good summer signings, but for now, get ready to take some lumps if the season begins earlier than later.
My anxiety and my issue is more related to our second part of the show, because that ties into what's going on with the building of this roster that worries me more. Because last week we were talking about that we didn't know when things were going to start up, and that gave us a sense of time, that we have time to get out here and try to sign these league vets. And I don't think we have that much time anymore.
Shit. Well, shit.
That's my issue.
We done fucked up. Nah.
All right, that's our time. All right, everybody. Good night. Well, we're running out of time, guys.
I think all Galaxy fans' anxiety is already it's hitting now, just because, not because of Vanney, but what we've gone through. As of late, we got 1 year of excitement by making the playoffs, but then we just took 2 steps back. You can blame COVID, you can blame whatever you want, but the truth is that we're not taking any steps forward. Maybe it is a plan that Vanney has and it's going to take long, but and maybe it will work out. But Galaxy fans, I don't think, can handle that or don't want to accept that, because
we don't.
We've just we've just been through it. And I'm on board there too. I understand. I'm on both sides. Like, I understand what we have to go through and what we're going to go through, but I'm just not ready. I'm tired of giving away my money just for just to watch these guys lose and underperform week in, week out.
You know what? I'm more than ready, dude. And not a lot of people like my analogy, dude, but I compare Galaxy right now a lot to one of my favorite teams, which is Manchester United.
Yeah,
I know you don't. I know you're gonna say you like the analogy, dude. But just keep this in mind. Keep this in mind, dude. It took, honestly, Manchester United was in a rut for a while. It took them a while. I want to say like 6 months to get to where they're at now. So I put the comparison. Hold up. I put no. Well, since Ollie joined the team, that's pretty much since he joined. It took him 6 months to get the team to where it's at now. So as I see it, is Greg Vanney, dude. I compare him like Ollie, dude. Same shit, dude. He's bringing up the youngsters. He's having faith. He's making his signings. He's pretty much putting everything together in order to be a competitive team in the future. Ollie, it took him. I'm telling you, it took Ollie 6 months. So I'm giving Vanney 6 months to at least have a way more solid team than what we have now.
No, who's our Bruno Fernandes, man?
Summer, bro. The summer signings will say a lot.
Who's our Bruno Fernandes? I want to know.
Oh, we haven't signed him. We signed him 6 months. We haven't signed him. Yeah, that's 6 months in, dude.
Nah, bro. We don't have that baller that Rashford is over there. that you can build around. You know,
dude,
we also don't have that money, bro. We don't have that money. There's no cap in the Premier League, bro. There's a difference. Let's put it bluntly. You're being MLS. There's different rules. There's different.
You're a Liverpool fan. You're a Liverpool fan. So you're nitpicking. You're nitpicking. I'm just as a whole, dude.
Comparing MLS to the Premier League, it's like comparing NASCAR to Formula One.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Because in NASCAR, all the cars, every team has to adhere to the same rules and the same, regulations. You can't have one car that has a modification or something that's, superior to the others. In Formula One, if you have the money, you can inject as much technology and as much stuff into your cars. That's just why some teams are perennial champions. That's the biggest difference in MLS. Then it can make that comparison is kind of difficult.
Mainly because fuck Manchester. Damn.
let me actually feed off one thing Tony said though, and we'll go around and I'll ask everybody. So he said 6 months, right?
Yep.
6 months.
6 months.
Way too short.
This is okay. Yeah, it is too short. But if it sounds
no.
If it isn't,
you don't think so?
If it isn't
summer, bro. No, when he signs people in summer, we're gonna know what he wants.
If it isn't winning, if we aren't winning games, but you see it, you see the process. And you see some kind of style, some kind of philosophy that the team is embracing. How long do you give Vanney to establish that? 6 months, I think that's about right. I think with 6 months, if you show it, you convince some players to come on board. You make players believe like, hey, you know what, there is something here. I like 6 months. I don't know how you guys feeling. How much time do you give Vanney to show you something?
Game one. No.
I expect big things from Vanney quick, because if you're gonna look around the league, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna mention him again. I'm gonna look at a former LA Galaxy coach in Bruce Arena. Bruce Arena's turned the Revs around in less than 6 months and made them one of the most dangerous teams on the road. You guys gave me shit for it, but I told you guys that in the playoffs, not only was he going to make playoffs, but he was going to take out either Columbus or Philly, and he was going to fall to the other one. So it can happen right now with a coach that it's a big deal that we have a coach that knows the league, knows how to travel. He just spent the last 6 months with his previous team on the road. He didn't play at home. He had to be on the road for the remaining of his season. So somebody that's really tested on the road, which is our biggest problem too, we can't get any type of result on the road. We can't keep any sort of focus the last 10 minutes, last 5 minutes of the game, which is things that I expect him to change. And like Eddie was saying, to develop a style and a culture, you could do that in 6 months, which I think these signings are going to help him do. It doesn't matter that they're youngsters. If you have the majority of the squad following your style, following your gameplay, it becomes contagious. Because if you don't make those correct runs, if you don't, make the correct adjustments on the field, you're gonna be exposed. If we go even on a street level, amateur level of playing, with the exception of Edgar, we used to play together. Us five used to play together. We're not the strongest, we're not the biggest, we're not the fastest. But because we knew how we played with each other, we developed that style with each other. We were taking top teams on the street level down, and we were getting them pissed because we would keep the ball away from them, and we would make them look stupid by just playing our style. And I understand that I'm talking about on a street level, amateur level, but when you do that in the pros, it's dangerous. When you get a team that no matter what buys into your style, whether it's the first minute of the game, the 60th or the 90th minute, that's more dangerous than, an all-talented team like we had back in 2016.
Hey,
but what you're saying is first off, we're a playoff team in 6 months. First off, that's what you want. A playoff team in 6 months. That's what I'm hearing.
I just want to say real quick.
Nah, we're a few signings away from a playoff team.
Then what exactly are you talking about?
I just want to say real quick.
I'm giving them 6 months. How are you going to give a coach 6 months without the proper tools?
Well, that's
how
the
are you going to be like,
problem.
you're going to have to pull this off in 6 months, and I'm not going to give you the tools to pull this off.
Well, the season hasn't been announced. We don't know when the season is going to start. We don't know what they're working on. if
so how you gonna give him 6 months? Like that's what I'm saying. Like,
can we get into the second topic so we can tie all this in together and I can convince Bruce what the fuck I'm talking about?
Okay, go for it.
Wait, what happened? Oh, well,
back to you, Eddie.
Back to you.
Well, anyways, first off, I gotta
back to you in the studio.
I gotta thank Spenny for comparing my coaching to Bruce Arena, because those teams he mentioned.
Yeah,
Thanks, dude. But let's keep going.
But we had a formal pro playing with us in Aaron. I'm gonna give him his full props. True. You know, he developed our style. We adapted together. Yeah. He even adapted, coming from England, playing, for Leeds. This guy played for Leeds with us. We developed our style together and it worked out for us.
Yeah, me and Aaron met
back he bought into us and we bought into
him. Him screaming at me definitely helped me, so
I could concur.
Yeah. Hey, but you knew next time what kind of run to make, right? And what run not to make.
And where not to fuck up.
But let's finish going around the room. Brian, time as far as giving Greg to establish some kind of style.
With the kids that he has now, I would think it'd be more than 6 months. But the roster's yet to be filled. So if we could get a couple solid signings within the next 2 months, then 6 months seems feasible. Actually, I want to...
thinking about 2 weeks.
I want to address the chat. Madam Serrano says, speaking of United, we signed Mkhitaryan yet?
Oh, crickets. Damn. Good
damn it.
I'll take that number 10. I'll take him as a 10.
Yeah, he's actually pretty damn good, dude.
Not United, though. Anyway.
Mkhitaryan was a United player.
Check the standings, bro. Why don't you go check the standings?
It's cool, bro. The Tofies are going to come back up and just fucking...
You're not even in FA Cup fucking standings right now, bro.
Dude, the Tofies have 2 games less. Hey, this is a Galaxy podcast. What the fuck? We'll talk to you later. So what you got for us next, Eddie?
Well, we haven't finished. Edgar never said anything. Damn, it's discounted Edgar quick.
No, I just think that we keep talking about how we expect something good to happen in the next few months, and some people are saying we want to see him do well right off the bat, but every week we're seeing free agents get signed, really good free agents get signed.
Yeah.
And Galaxy's still just sitting there twiddling their thumbs and just wait to our payoff. When's it coming? So that makes me wonder if you're having hard time even getting some of MLS level free agents to come over. What's going on? I mean, it's not like you're not going to be able to just take some really good player from overseas and just plop them into the middle of this team full of youngsters and expect them to perform. I mean, we saw it happen with Zlatan. They took Zlatan, threw him in there, and the team did well. But that was Zlatan. I'm just saying.
Question for you guys: do you guys really think that team or players around the league don't want to play for either or the LA Galaxy or Greg Vanney? Like they don't want to come to the LA Galaxy, or they don't want to play for Greg, or they don't want to do either or?
I think it's more they don't want to play for Galaxy now.
That part.
I don't think it's more for Vanney. I think it's more the Galaxy. The Galaxy's name has been tainted with these last few years, these last few seasons.
Yep.
I think.
I agree with that one. But I think now with the signing of Vanney, I think there's a lot of respect on his name, so there'll be more players considering.
To come back. Yeah, exactly.
Considering maybe if he's there, maybe we could not suck. Maybe.
Hey, well, it seems like Chicharito really he's behind Vanney, dude. He really confides.
He has to be.
He feels it, And who knows, man? Who knows what they've talked about already, dude? Maybe they see the same vision. You know what I mean?
Nah,
clapper vision.
Hi.
He has to cater.
No, I can't take Chicha's word for it. I gotta see how the team overall is gonna react to the coach.
Clapperito, baby, Clapperito. He's
one
working
thing
now.
I will give Chicharito props for is that he's always been a professional. Even when he's asked tough questions to compare former coaches and teams, he's always been very professional to give everybody their credit and keep them in their place of what they meant in his career. So I can't really take what he says that serious because the guy does interviews really well. He's a professional. He knows how to word it. You know how to use his words. You know, he's a third generation pro soccer player, so he's not one that's gonna fumble over his words and make himself or his former teams look bad. So I need to see how the team overall as a unit is gonna respond to the guy.
There's still a lot of questions with the team, man.
Then again, he might be just catering to the fans because he needs those Twitch followers. Just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, he got one. He got a new one.
Revenge season, baby. So.
Okay. So I think again it's gonna be kind of short, and actually it's gone a little longer than I expected. As far as our topics, I think that's pretty much all we got. We will move on to the questions now, unless anybody else has anything else they want to ask or add on.
FT. I don't know.
We're not gonna talk about the MLSPA.
We'll probably say that one for
Fleur Majeure. Is that how you say
well,
Fleur Majeure.
That's a bigger
important.
deal for us as Galaxy fans and for the organization.
Yeah, it
signing
is. It is important.
3 homegrown players and drafting 2 people from the same college.
Yeah,
but that's gonna take up a whole another episode. Though.
Yep. Yeah, and that's why we should probably say that one. And I need to do research because I didn't read
that and we don't know if any news is gonna break the way it's going.
So I loaded my guns for this topic, and we're not even gonna shoot.
We can touch up on it real quick.
Take the lead. Then you go ahead.
I mean, you can shoot.
The biggest deal to me was force majeure, by the way.
Oh, thanks, man.
Which is what we heard.
I don't speak Japanese, so sorry. Go ahead.
No, I mean, we're not gonna really get into it, but the one thing that really, I think, gets to me is that a year ago, the Players Union or Association and MLS had pretty much come to agreement on a new CBA that was going to bring a lot of stuff to the table for the players that other players in other leagues take for granted. Like, I think as of now, or as was before, only players are only allowed 5 charter flights, where usually they fly coach, I think, or business class, which is kind of interesting for a major sports league. Mm-hmm. Some teams have their own airplanes, like even I always joke about them. I can't believe they exist. The Columbus Blue Jackets, the NHL, have their own airplane with their logo and everything on it, and it's a nice airplane. They fly wherever the hell they want. Yeah, Galaxy. They have to fly what's the airline? Alaska Airlines.
I think Southwest, actually.
Alaska
Spirit. I forget.
Spirit.
Whoa, here's a crazy thing. Hold on real quick.
The thing is that they had that, and I mean, they were going to get more charter flights. They were going to get a bigger deal where they were going to be sharing a lot of the revenue from, I think, TV and jerseys and all that other stuff. It was a nice thing for the players. It was like the evolution for the Players Union. Then the pandemic happened, and MLS immediately was like, "Excuse me," off the table, and it was like it was going back. Instead of going forward, it took 3 steps back, and they did it to ensure the survival of the league. From one point of view, you're like, okay, you understand, but from the player's point of view, it's like if somebody was offering you like a really nice chocolate cake, and right when you're about to get it, like, throw on the ground. Here you go. Here's,
that's fucked up.
Here's a raisin cake.
What a waste of cake.
My cake, bro. What the fuck? I wanted to eat that shit. That's fucked up, bro.
So I mean, that's a good analogy for what I was trying to tell you, and that's why.
Fuck your cake.
Yeah,
it's fucked up.
Or just smash the cake in their face, right?
You can eat that.
So right now, as it is right now, they went back to the old CBA, and at least for the foreseeable future, and MLS cannot survive another entire year the way it happened last year. I know that sounds really, really dire, but it's the truth. The league depends so much on having fans in the stands, buying concessions, and just being there. The league cannot survive again. So that they're trying to tighten the belt. And for the players, it's tough. That might be one of the reasons why players from overseas are looking over here and they're like, ooh, I really want to go over there and, go through that, when I could just stay over here and, earn a constant paycheck. But this is why we're all, keeping our fingers crossed, hoping that the vaccine rollout accelerates in the next few months, so we can start to slowly get back to the sense of normal and things. We can start filling the stands again, and we're the lifeblood of the league, and hopefully we can get in there and breathe more life into the league so it can keep going.
Okay.
Nah. we'll save for next time. That
let him go.
Yeah?
Go out, Spenny.
Okay, I'm gonna hit on a couple of things. You said that it's not gonna favor the players. From my understanding, and please stop me as soon as I say this if I'm wrong.
Stop.
But
Stop.
the statement that was put out. The statement that was put out was that the owners are gonna back the league and they're gonna pay the players their full salary.
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong?
Is
any of that false? Right.
That's what they put out.
This is the biggest news because this came out. At least I heard about it 4 days ago, and the statement said that the owners gave this proposal to the players 2 weeks ago, which is almost 3 weeks by now. By the time you guys view this, it might even be past that, right? Mm-hmm. That's a big deal because the Galaxy were aware of this agreement that they proposed, which means that they knew that if agreed upon, which I don't see why the players wouldn't agree upon it now, they're going to get their full salary, most likely on a shortened season. They're not going to necessarily lose out on benefits because those benefits are still going to come out later. If you're looking at it as a player, you're going to get your full paycheck, whether it's a full season or a shortened season.
Mm-mm.
And,
no.
And
hold on.
And the owners are investing in the league. The number came out. The owners lost hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars last year because they didn't have the concession stand. They're backing the league. The league, when it goes to 30 teams, will be the largest D1 football league in the world for men. That's a big statement. They're going to keep this afloat.
They do.
Something that a lot of billionaires and a lot of multi-owner investment groups are investing into teams. This is a big deal for the league to stay alive, for players to want to stay put and further develop the game here. My issue with what we were talking about before is that if the Galaxy knew this proposal would happen and you're still not making moves to fulfill the roster complacency, that's my problem for the LA Galaxy. Overall, I think this is a good move for the players and the league, though.
Compliance.
The fact that the coaches are going to float the losses that will happen this season because we're not in the stand.
Compliance.
Okay.
What
happened was they might get their benefits, but it's going to be stretched out over an extra 2 years. So let's say somebody owes you $1,000 and let's say you were contracted to get it in 2 years. So you get 500 and 500. Instead, it'd be like, oh, you know what? This pandemic happened and I'm going to give it to you instead of 2 years in 5 years. So they would break it down in more payments. So you're not exactly getting the benefits at the time that you're gonna like now. You're not gonna get it 100% now. You're gonna get it 100% in a time span.
This number
which
may
is
have
a difference
changed,
because you're cutting it into years.
This number may have changed, but in 2017,
this is why the players haven't answered yet. They haven't agreed or not agreed yet because they're talking about it because they want to see, hey, is this good for us or this is not good for us.
This number may have changed, but I believe in 2017, the average career in the MLS for a non-DP or a TAM player was 4.5 years. That's sitting on the bench maybe 1 to 2 years, which means you're only going to be a starter and get that starter money for maybe 2 or 3 years of your career, right? So you're telling me that you're going to guarantee my contract even after I retire? Even after I have to use this game?
Contract is guaranteed from what you have now. So let's say you're getting paid $50,000 now, it's going to be stretched out for the 5 years, basically. If you have a contract for
1 year, not their entire contract.
Let's say you have a contract for $50,000 for the 2 years, right? So your contract ends in $50,000. It's going to be stretched out in 5 years instead of the 2 years. So you're getting 10 every year instead of in the 2 years you get 25. This is why the players are like, wait, hold on a second. Let me see. Is this gonna really benefit me in the long run because I'm getting less every year?
Also,
That's the difference.
With what Spenny was saying about trying to keep the league afloat,
No, and I get it. I understand that.
That's very important, and I'm pretty sure the players are taking that into consideration, because if there's no league, then there's no stretch out of payment that they were promised either way, right? On top of that, MLS has taken jumps into being viewed every year. The views go up, so I feel this was a pretty good power baller move by the owners. Keeps the league afloat, and we get to see our Galaxy. Suck, but we can see.
But you're also not the player that's getting taken advantage of. That's the thing. You're not the player that's getting taken advantage of and being paid less than what you think you're worth.
In this situation, I don't feel that the owners are taking advantage of these players. They're giving them a logical choice.
I didn't personally see anything about their salary being paid over 5 years. I think that was
it's getting paid. They're renegotiating for it to be pushed back 2 years. So all the benefits that they had negotiated this last year, they said, okay, you know what? Let's push it back for 2 more years instead.
No, but that's the benefits that they agreed on, not the money that they're supposed to get. From my understanding, what I've read,
that's also the budget that comes into it.
Okay, but from my understanding of what I've read is, you, Bruce, Kirkland, Bryant, were supposed to earn $50,000 in 2021. You're still gonna get your $50,000. It's not gonna get stretched.
What about the incentives?
Your benefits as far as shared revenue from jersey sales and all that, which you never got before, might get pushed back another 2 years. But your overall base salary is still gonna come. Your bonuses, I don't mind. I mean, I waited in my job. I waited almost 3 years for some bonuses, and when they came in, I went to Europe and I bought a bunch of shit that I didn't need. But my salary was paid, and I can count on that money. That's from my understanding. If I'm wrong, then I will look further into it. But the fact that the owners are saying your salary, you're gonna get it this year. The other benefits that you've never taken advantage of, you're still gonna get them. We're just gonna pay them after you retire, maybe. That's a clean setup.
And I mean, other sports have been doing that for a while.
That's the details that we gotta hash out, and obviously we gotta know. But that's what the Players Association is obviously trying to figure out now.
Yeah, hopefully no.
I can understand. I can understand the players may want a little bit more, but the overall picture for me is that the coaches are back in the league. The fact that there's teams around the world that are struggling to they're on a fire sale. They're selling their players off, shipping them out for free, while the league, which is every player in this league, is under contract with the MLS. Not necessarily each individual franchise. They're in contract with the MLS. Your contract runs through the MLS. And the fact that their share revenue with all the owners are saying, we're going to back this league not only this year, but for the future so we can stay alive. That's a big fucking deal. To Edgar's point, it actually may entice players to want to come over here, because look at squads even like Barcelona. Barcelona, was going through a political, scandal because the owners came out saying that they wanted to do players cuts when in reality was the players that were willing to take the pay cuts just to stay afloat themselves. This is happening around the world to the biggest teams.
Oh, yeah, by the way, there is one thing that we need to keep in mind before we'll move on right now, but I read somewhere that one of the reasons that MLS was able to have the MLS is Back tournament and have things still run relatively well despite the pandemic is because of the expansion money paid by the new teams coming into the league. If it wasn't for that, things would have been a lot darker and more severe for MLS. And 2021 wouldn't have been like a short thing. So good timing, I guess, that, we have all these teams coming into the league and that expansion money is coming in and that's helping keep the league afloat. But that's not going to last very long. So hopefully we're over the hump with the pandemic, man.
All right. I'm going to jump in. All right. So give everyone else a chance to look into this, and then because my stuff might not happen this upcoming week, leave us something to talk about next week. So yeah, if you guys found this interesting, just tune in next week, and we'll study up and we'll talk about the Menage a Trois next week again.
Tequila flow.
So I'm going to go ahead and get into the questions.
Motherfucking questions.
I got some questions on Instagram. Madam Serrano came on here and also asked again, We signed Mkhitaryan yet? Hasn't happened in the last 5 minutes.
Not yet. We're almost there, bro.
Almost there. Playboy bartender, can you send me booze? Absolutely not. You're a bartender. Elka 562 asks who you got on the fight tonight.
Ooh, McGregor comeback.
Scumbag? What?
Comeback.
McGregor, man.
We don't know what's going on, but I want McGregor to win.
Is Canelo fighting?
No.
Definitely gonna knock out somebody else.
Mike Tyson versus Conor McGregor.
No, nobody. Tony Willis.
It's gonna be a good fight, man. I don't want to decide who, but I'm kind of going against the grain. I think Poirier is gonna win it.
Should be a good fight though.
Hit me up after the show.
All right, cool. If that's it, El Cup 562. Also, on a scale of 1 through 10, how do you rate our draft? Me personally, it's hard to rate because it's the draft, bro, and it's just you get lucky sometimes, and sometimes you get Tom Smart.
Yeah,
you know?
Same.
We got a 5.
Yeah, I guess a 5. Yeah, because the fact that they went for two kids that were, they knew each other.
Tell me what you got.
There you go. Don't look into the red light. How much time should you give these homegrown players?
4 years.
Logical answer. Realistically,
time as far as to develop, playing time.
I think. Playing time. I'm sorry, I didn't even read. He did say playing time.
Oh.
How much playing time do you give them? As much as they earn in practice.
Yeah.
I don't. If I have to take what I'm seeing around the league as an example, then you evaluate them for what they are, not for what you want them to be. And if they earn that playing time, just like Julian did over Efrain Alvarez, even though they don't play the same position, it was obvious that Julian was far more advanced in what the team needed to get more playing time. Then if that happens with these youngsters, then so be it. But you got to earn that. You got to show that you're actually.
Well, Julian wasn't homegrown, so. Cool.
Well,
Julian came to the academy. He's a Northern California product.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying overall is that he came in as a 17-year-old, wasn't expected to start, but he showed in practice that he had the caliber to play in this league, start in this league, and it's something that we as fans on this podcast, wanted to see. We wanted to see the kid start over Felcher, and that's what I want to see out of these youngsters.
Yep.
Earn that respect from the coach and from the fan.
And from the vets that play alongside.
The good thing too now is like going into this year and then going forward, there's an advantage now with these draft and homegrown players where you can keep them on the roster and you don't feel forced to play them because of the development league. Whereas where players get caught in limbo are playing. You're too good for USL, but you're not good enough for MLS, and you get a chance to look at them and play against other players that are in the same situation, and if they perform, then there you go. So as far as playing time, I mean, I think you just go with the minimal. You let them play those reserve development games, right?
The reserve league or whatever
it's called. You let them play those games, and you go from there.
The reserve.
You got 10 minutes.
5 subs too. You got 5 subs available, so
exactly.
Let them run at defense. Let them run at other teams for the last 2-3 minutes.
But anyway,
Zubac for a win, baby.
the way the roster's looking, these kids are gonna play 90 minutes. Stay in trucha.
You might not be wrong. 14 out of these 23 players came through the development system. So.
That's scary. Stay in trucha. Draft players or academy players? Who would you start? I would think academy players have a leg up, right? Because not telling people not to go to school, but if they skipped school and went to the academy, it's for a reason, right?
Do them.
Discover early.
Yeah.
Right? And that's how the football world works. This is like the only
Does
country.
it?
And don't they push you to go to school in Galaxy, bro?
I think they do.
Yeah, does it? Jesse Sardis went to college
and he's a 2-time.
I mean, that's the American.
He went to college right next to the stadium.
Klinsman put a starting college player on his roster. And
oh, you mean Morris, who plays in Swansea now?
He killed the league. He was killing it in the league.
So who do you start then? Who do you start?
The better player
that we haven't signed yet.
Better player.
The better player.
The MLS vets that we haven't signed yet.
Whoever does better in the development league. There you go. It goes full circle. J_underscore ENG07, aka Kubas. I'm sorry, don't have a question for Chicha. Okay. Logan Jones, I missed 2009 through 2016. We were good. 2009 to 2014. It started going downhill after that, but close enough.
Yeah, close enough.
LA is our house.
I will say these seasons have been for the fan. You know, back in those seasons, at least for me personally, you know, we stayed within ourselves because we went and we enjoyed the winning amongst ourselves as friends. These last couple seasons, man, you've been linking up with people because you express your frustrations. And shout out to Angel because Angel gets along with everybody. But how we got along was because we were able to have a conversation about how we're frustrated with this fucking team, you know? So
cried, we laughed.
These last few seasons have been for the fans as far as us getting united more because back in 2009 and through 16, we weren't that close.
Everything was golden.
Side of the field, you know.
Yeah.
We weren't that close with the other side of the field though. You stayed in your little nest and you stayed with your peoples and you didn't wander around as much as we do now.
We all have a common enemy now. Thanks, Chris Klein. Ellie's our house. When does the Whiskey Dave playlist drop?
You got to show me love.
Broken hearts and promises.
Some nags, my.
Oh yeah, that's on the playlist definitely. Ruben _ Yeska. Big shout out to Ruben, by the way.
Ruben Yeska.
Yes.
Big shout out to him.
Yes, he wanted to call in, but we at NAG struggle to get those phone lines open, which we continue to work on.
Try to get him by the season opener. There's a season.
Right.
Still don't know how phone works, guys. So.
Yeah. What's a phone? Like text message? Shout out to him. You know, he finished his last semester at Cal State Dominguez.
Hey, congratulations, young man. Good shit.
And
get your study on, dude.
He wanted to shout out us and all the other podcasts. There you go. He wanted to shout out us and all the other podcasts because he was doing a 2-hour commute every day to go to school. And, all the
sacrifice, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, all the podcasts help him get through.
That's commitment right there, bro.
Dope.
That's what's up.
So yeah,
good shit, young man.
Congratulations, bro. Shout out to you.
Thank you for watching, man.
Yes, definitely. Staying through chat. How much playtime do you think the players we got from the draft will get this season? I see
10 minutes.
Draft players, I think they go to G2 right away. As far as the draft players, I think the academy players are staying the roster, obviously because they brought them up. But yeah, and then
who knows?
We'll see if they.
That's a good point, Eddie. That's a good point.
Yeah, we'll see if they make it or not. You know, but
yeah, that's a good point. I'd say
Day 2.
All right, Logan Jones. Why are you being so quiet? Yet other teams are signing people and getting better.
I don't know. You tell us, man.
Yeah, I think that's the anxiety that everybody should have, dude. Because one thing
we all do.
One thing we've always been able to hang on to is that we're the LA Galaxy. You know, even when GBS was here and we weren't doing good, we were tied to this player, to that player, to this player. Mm-hmm. But now it's kind of like, well, what the fuck is happening? Anybody looking for?
But honestly, besides maybe Parker, which we personally talked privately about, what other signing would you have wanted?
Bellino.
Come on, what it cost the team that got him?
Molino.
That's an easy answer. Yeah, Molino by far
not a DP.
Molino wasn't gonna come. Molino wasn't gonna come before you had a coach.
You guys want me to shut up, Spenny? Watch, check this out.
Yeah,
Christian Namath is still free agent.
Who?
Christian Namath.
Nah,
not anymore. You're over.
Not this year.
More. Christian, can you name it?
He had his chance. He had his chance.
Not this season.
I've moved on. I don't need you.
Dom Dwyer, come on over here.
We got Zubac.
Dom Dwyer might be, toxic to this locker room.
I love it. Bring that motherfucker over
Bring
here.
him over, dude.
Fighting motherfuckers. I like that shit.
He's too hard for legit. We need legit to, on his charming ass. Like,
we need Cindy LaRue.
I don't even want to get into that.
Yeah, this is for Cindy LaRue. It's not about Dom Dwyer here, Spenny.
Yeah,
it's about Cindy LaRue.
Just blink if you agree.
Double blink.
Oh man, that shit went dark right now.
Logan Jones, I have a feeling that we have the same season as we did 2017. Anyone dare to take a shot at how many wins we're gonna have at least?
5.
Say 24 game season.
I'll do
big
percentage.
The season's gonna be?
I'll do percentage. I think we go above 500 because we don't know how many games we're gonna play.
Let's say 24 games.
So if we have 30 games, I don't want to say we win 20. And
I think we go. Yeah, you're right. I think we go barely over 500.
Oof, that's
barely.
bold.
We have a winning record.
Maybe
we have a
even
winning
500.
record.
We go .35.
I think we go right.
All right,
right
how about
below
we set a
500.
scale? How about we set a scale of 25 games? Let's say the season's cut down to 25 games. I think they win their 12 games. The 13
win 12?
I don't know. They win 12 games. The 13
25 games.
I
I
don't
think
know.
Galaxy wins 8 games.
Now you put it that way.
Nah, honestly, if it's like 25 games, I would expect them to win 9 or 10 games and get enough ties to get into the.
You're being too generous. 8 games, maybe.
Yeah, I am.
8 games tops.
Yeah.
8 games tops.
I'll go.
Out of
with-
25,
like that.
8 games.
Cheech has scores 2 goals
I
the
go.
entire season.
I'll go even worse.
Defense, bro. Defense.
I go even worse. 6 or 7 wins because
Oof.
No, you guys might be right. Just because if Edgar was right about our schedule, we're gonna be facing, Seattle and Portland and RSL teams that are already.
Oh yeah,
and that's exactly what I just wrote down. I was like,
Yeah.
trying to look at the team, and I was like, well,
and from that list, there's only one team that can't beat us. So.
If we go regional, ouch.
Yeah, we're fucked.
I mean, San Jose got better at the end of the season. Oof.
I don't want to talk about San Jose, Edgar. I didn't mention them on purpose. Thank you.
You talk about the Clash? No, anyways.
I already saw one of them. I don't want to talk about them. I already saw one of them. Please.
I'm a little buzzed. I don't want to get worked up right now. I'm about to see some UFC.
You're gonna get worked up in a minute. Last but not least, Herms the Thief. I'm not really good at this. This is Chris Tucker's thing, but I will try. Chicha! That's all he said. Wasn't bad.
They're triggered.
You mean Hermes.
Thank you everyone for the questions. So as far as the Galaxy goes, I think that is pretty much it. Unless anybody wants to bring anything else up.
No, I do want to say I appreciate you guys as my Nike boys. I appreciate you guys.
He's not even drunk. That's crazy.
I know. Nah. It was just today's work day was pretty. I don't know. I was people watching a lot, and then I'm just appreciative of you guys.
All right.
I love you guys.
You're okay too. All right. So the Galaxy community is an amazing community. There's they do so many things. From make dope content to the art. Sell, product content, I guess you would say.
Content.
As well? Yeah. Podcasts. There's a bunch of podcasts. There's a new podcast that just came out as well. I'm sorry I didn't remember the name, but shout out to them. They had Chris Sandoval on in the first episode.
I forgot the name of them too.
You could look it up in the meanwhile. But anyways, one of the things that was born out of this pandemic, which I think it's super awesome. I enjoy being a part of it. Is Liga G96, which actually kicks off season 3 tomorrow.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah,
all
the games,
yup.
all the games are streamed live on Twitch. There's dope banter on Twitter. I can't say enough about it. Big shout out to Scott, Manny, all the guys behind the scenes that put in the work. And
shout out to them,
it's
for
like,
sure.
It's like become something so real now. It's, the way it's constructed. There's gonna be stats. The Galaxy's involved, which is amazing. And I really look forward to it. If you guys are interested in checking it out, look for them on Twitter. They're Liga G96, so you could either hit us our personal Twitters or myself, Willis, and Bryant play for Burach X. You can look them up on Twitter, and then Spenny and Tony play for G Empire. You can find them on Twitter. I'm sure they'll help you out if you're looking for a team or make a team. Galactic Empire. I'm sorry, bro.
What I was gonna say though, for the people that don't know what G Liga 96 is, it's actually a FIFA 21 Pro Clubs team.
Kind of missed that, yeah.
So yeah,
That was very important to say there.
I should have started with that, man.
Pretty big deal.
I'm sorry, I got excited. And again,
That's a pretty big deal, Eddie.
again, it's something awesome and something that was born out of these crazy times that I'm very grateful for because it's helped. I'm sure myself. With my sanity, I'm sure it's helped you guys a little bit, with having to be stuck indoors. But check it out. It starts live tomorrow, 8:30. I think the first games are. And
8 o'clock?
8
We
o'clock.
ready for kickoff, though?
8:30. They start at 8:30.
And then, just...
You can look up G96, Liga G96 on Twitter.
Liga G96.
Yeah.
They'll give you all the information. I expect us to post up something, so if you follow us,
Yeah.
Post up maybe the first the opening day schedule.
Yeah.
Cool.
Shout out to Manny though, man. For
Yeah,
those
yeah.
that are watching us, thank you for watching us.
Yeah.
If you want to follow somebody that is very passionate about this team, go look up Manny.
Yeah.
He runs Community G. He's somebody that was involved with Liga G96. He's a guy that does outreach programs with the LA Galaxy. He does.
He does it all, bro. He does it all.
Yeah, man. He
does
has
it all.
his own supporters group. If there's anybody that you want to follow for updates on what's going on any front and any level of supporter groups, supporter fans, and the organization, look up Manny. Shout out to Manny. He shows love to everybody that represents the G's, and that guy deserves a lot more credit than he received.
Yeah, definitely. And I think he's on here
For
somewhere
sure.
too. Yeah, big shout out to you, Manny.
Check him out. Please check him out.
Hashtag
Check him out.
Manny for president.
The guy is top class. Top class, man.
Yeah. And
Dope.
He may not be that good on pro clubs, but the guy is a human being.
So that's pretty much
Got
it.
expand a human being. Top notch.
No, yes, definitely. See you tomorrow, Manny. So that's pretty much gonna do it for us here. Make sure to like, subscribe, share this video. Anything that you think would help us get out there.
Yeah, and I encourage everybody who listens to us on Spotify after we do these live episodes to come into the chat when we do these live episodes. Because it gets very interactive and it's fun. It's fun to talk shit on the chat rooms and do all that stuff. So I encourage everybody who's listening to this on the audio after to come join us on youtube.com.
Hopefully Saturdays on 7, right?
Saturdays
at 7.
There you go. Yes. So that too. Tony told me to do this and I didn't. So so it'll be Saturdays from here on out till because we all play for a team except Edgar. So it'll be for now on Saturdays. If the league carries on, when the Galaxy season starts and our show interferes with games, we will be week by week and we'll just update you on the schedule as we go. But yeah, so look out for that and updates on when we go on next time. So if you're looking for me, you can find me on all social medias as Eddie Nags all together. Right?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter as Bryant Nags. You can find my PSN as Bryant Nags. You can find me at CDM, center back, right back, or left back with Boracheks Willis.
You can find me on Twitter, Willis_89 or Liga G96. That's the best CB in the fucking world.
In the world.
Baby.
World. I love it. Tony.
And by CB, I mean cockblock. Sorry, guys.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram under Tony_Royale. And if you want to add me on PSN, it's Tony X Royale.
Oh, for Baracheks? That's what's up.
And I play for Galactic Empire.
Got him off real, got that point. Spenny, you still there? You all right? Blink twice if you're okay.
Cool,
I'm
man.
good. You can find me on Twitter under Spenny Bayless. And hopefully you can find me with the Galactic Empire.
Hopefully. Damn. Oh, that's not good. Take us home, Edgar.
You can find me on Twitter at Edgar Nags. Let's look forward to getting some ads and starting nice conversations with everyone. Stay safe.
Nice. What's up? And that pretty much does it for us. We'll catch you guys next time. FTE for Bryant, Tony, Edgar, Spenny. Oh, shit. Wait. Chewy, where can they find you?
Yeah,
I did that for the intro too. Fuck. I realized like mid-show, like I felt like it was eating me up. I'm like, what an asshole. I didn't even introduce
I love that. I love that, by the way. FT, follow the Empire, guys.
Anyways, go ahead. Damn it. What did I see? That's what I get for fucking up. I deserve that. Chewy cover.
Hey guys, you guys can find me on Chavez JA, Chavez Ha on all my socials. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. All right. For Bryant, Tony, Edgar, Willis, Benny, Chewy, we can get up out of here. We'll see you guys next time. Keep on nagging.
Keep on nagging.
Keep on
got to show me love.